computer studio mode.
Okay.
Oh, how good is that? So many things just happened. So many very cool things just happened. If you've not seen this show before, this is my studio and this is studio mode. The lights changed to a particular color to help me with filming, but recently I just decided I needed to add something to make my mobile phone do stuff via Home Assistant. And you might be thinking, Paul, that's really easy. No, it ain't. I tried to achieve this with a Home Assistant companion app, but it turned out to be more annoying than Sheldon Cooper.
Bazinga. Bazinga. Bazinga! Bazinga!
You're going to end up on a register. Get out! So I ended up doing this with Tasker instead, and this is genius. Anytime that I say studio mode now, that sends a notification from Home Assistant to my mobile phone, and in turn, my mobile phone off the back of that notification triggers Tasker, and Tasker, in turn, puts the phone into Do Not Disturb mode so that people can't contact me while I'm filming, and also puts it into Airplane mode so that my phone doesn't make all those really annoying noises on my recording, and it go That's not even the only thing it does. Check this out. Computer studio mode. That's my script. That's my notes for making this episode. It automatically loads a particular URL on the phone, which opens up Google Sheets, which has all my notes for making the show. And when I do this, computer chill out mode. Or there'll be trouble. There it goes, it did it, look. Do Not Disturb, and Airplane mode went back off again. My studio is back to chill out mode so I can carry on editing in a sensible amount of light, but my phone has reset back to how it should be for answering calls and stuff. Here's another one, happens all the time. I'm washing the dishes, I'm holding the baby, and an alarm starts going off in my pocket, and I used to be able to say, "Hey Google."
Cuckoo! Hi, cuckoo!
I don't want to trigger your things. Google, stop the alarm, snooze the alarm. But I used to yell it at my pocket, and it used to drive me insane. I'm holding the baby, yelling at my pocket. Hey, Google, snooze the alarm! Snooze the alarm! You must have experienced this. It is infuriating, right? So the alarm starts going off in my pocket.
Alexa,
snooze that. How good is that? You have no idea how happy that makes me. I could do anything. I can make this do anything using that thing over there. We're going to talk about how I can get notifications to my phone to make my phone do things from Home Assistant, but also how I can get my phone to send notifications to Home Assistant to get Home Assistant to do things too. That's not it though. We're not just going to go through the mega nerdy stuff. I'm also going to walk you through some really basic examples that you could do right now using Amazon Alexa. Check this out. This one took a bit of doing. And by a bit of doing, I mean... This was recommended to me from Brian from Automate Your Life. Awesome guy, check out his channel. He said you could have a light timer where an LED strip would light up one segment at a time, and you could spread that out over an hour or over 10 minutes or over 15... Check this out. Computer, 5-minute light timer. So this is what I do when I need to focus on something. I dim the lights right down, and this segment up here somewhere ought to light up. I think you can see it. It's there. And it will slowly light up across the strip, and it will go all the way along until it eventually reaches my aircon unit. that's when I know 5 minutes is up. I've created a 5-minute timer, a 10-minute timer, a 20-minute timer, a half an hour timer, and a 60-minute timer. I've connected them all to Amazon Alexa so I can actually ask for them one at a time. And all I did was ask ChatGPT, how long should the delay be between each light lighting up in order to achieve 60 minutes, in order to achieve 20 minutes, etc., etc. And then I keep saying all I did was, it was hell on earth. So I've used GOVEE LED strips around this room, right, and they do not play nicely in Home Assistant when it comes to segmenting them up. I have MQTT installed, so I should be able to segment them up one at a time, but I can't, it doesn't work. So in the end, I had to create a DIY finger paint mode for each individual one of these things. It took forever, and then I had to reference each individual DIY mode in Home Assistant. 45 individual DIY modes. Oh god. Hello darkness, my old friend. You almost definitely won't have this problem unless you have a GOVEE LED strip that you want to control in Home Assistant. If you wanted to do this in Amazon Alexa, all you would need is an LED strip that had the segmentation ability, and you'd be able to create an Amazon Alexa routine for each individual point on the strip to get it to slowly light up. Getting it done in Home Assistant with GOVEE was not fun. It took a long time. So this next one's interesting because I get asked all the time about outside lighting. People keep saying, I can't really find much out there, should I just buy Philips Hue? And the answer is no, because Philips Hue are the devil. All you do is buy normal light fixtures and then get smart bulbs and put the smart bulbs in the normal light fixtures. I've got some really good GU10s from a company called ZIGNITO, and I'll link those guys in the description. They haven't sponsored this video. I have these things everywhere in my house and outside. And here to take you through that automation now is Paul from 5:30 this morning. Paul from 5:30 this morning, how you feeling?
Hey mate, I've had no sleep whatsoever. Baby's mental.
Yep. It gets worse from here. He has diarrhea all day. Not the baby, you. So it's currently 5 a.m. because that's the time that we like to get up as a family because the baby is insane. Wow. So I thought I'd show you something really cool while I had the opportunity because it's dark outside right now. So let me show you this. There's our Reolink camera up there. I'm going to do a bit of guerrilla filmmaking. Get it in front of it. Look at that. You see how quickly that came on? How awesome is that? Thank you, Reolink, for putting my Christmas lights on. Wicked! Isn't that awesome? I've got an old doorbell here, does the same thing. Isn't that cool? So that's a really simple automation in Home Assistant that says when there is a person discovered by the camera, specifically looking for a person, then turn the lights on in the front yard. And this is in case there are burglars creeping around. They might think, the lights have come on, that's not normal, maybe there's somebody here. I could have it, actually, and I'm thinking about doing this, have the lights turn on in the entrance hall of the house, because I have an AQARA light switch there, and that would make them think that I was actually coming to the door. Do the same thing in the back garden. Anytime there's movement or a person detected on one of those cameras, switch the kitchen lights on, for example. This is a really simple automation that I think you could probably do in Amazon Alexa with most cameras too. Set up a simple routine that says, if there is motion detected on my camera, then turn the lights on.
A Priority 1 transmission from your first officer has been received.
How cool is that? That's the coolest thing I've ever done. Was, however, not the easiest thing I've ever done. So I wanted, because I'm a busy guy, right, I get messaged all the time.
I'm kind of a big deal.
And I keep picking my phone up and going, oh, it's alright, it's not Nisha, she doesn't need me for anything. It's okay, it's not Nisha, she doesn't need me for anything. This was driving me mental. So I created a routine in Home Assistant that automatically sends a message to my Amazon Echo every single time I receive a WhatsApp. And this is done by having Tasker respond to the notification. It reads in the notification, goes, yep, it's from WhatsApp, yep, it's from Nisha, and then it sends a webhooks request to Home Assistant, and Home Assistant in turn responds by sending a message to my Amazon Echo Show to get it to speak whatever phrase it is I like. The prerequisites for this is, first of all of the permissions on your phone need to be granted to Tasker, and this includes things you can't just do on the phone itself. I had to actually plug my phone into my PC and then use a piece of software created by the creator of Tasker, which then enables the permissions for you. You also need the Alexa media integration from Hacks in Home Assistant in order to be able to get Alexa to speak. But once you've got those things set up, I could do anything. We have a nanny cam, and the nanny cam sends notifications to the phone, but doesn't have a Home Assistant integration, right? But because it sends notifications to the phone that says, Theo cried, I can have it announce it on Amazon Alexa. I could do the exact same thing with Facebook notifications or Twitter notifications. Anything that happens on your phone, I can have come out of Amazon Alexa's speaker. How cool is that? I know I say how cool is that a lot, but how cool is that? Alright, mate. What are you looking at? I don't want to go into masses of detail about how this was achieved in this episode, so if you're interested in a tutorial on how I've done any of these things, just let me know in the comments exactly what it is you want to see. This one, very basically, a quick rundown is that it is a webhooks request in from Tasker into Home Assistant, and Home Assistant in turn is using the Alexa media integration to make an announcement. It's not actually that complicated, it's just that there are quite a lot of steps in between to actually make each of those things happen. To wrap up, I'm going to give you a short list of some other things that I've done just in very brief moments. So the first one is, when someone presses the doorbell for my house, it automatically loads my doorbell feed on my TV. This is just an Alexa routine and you can set it up too. When my missus says the words red alert to any of the speakers in the house, it turns on red lights all around this room to let me know that either she needs help with the baby or I've forgotten to flush the toilet again.
Brown alert. Do not use the bathroom for the next 10 minutes or you will suffer the consequences.
I now have a script that continues watching the last thing I was watching on Netflix, which is awesome. I use my voice and Home Assistant does a whole bunch of automations using ADB commands to press all the buttons required to go down through the menus and hit it. Computer, carry on watching Netflix. It's loading Netflix all by itself, alright? And then in a second, it's going to go through the profiles and select my profile. And it's going to go down one, hit Star Trek Voyager, and it's going to hit play. Look at that! I don't give a crap if you don't give me an API, I'll automate it anyway. That's how it's done. And finally, there has been an update to the LCARS tutorial that I did that allows you guys to have Star Trek-based dashboards. This has been overhauled to a huge degree by a chap called Jay, and I'm going to do another tutorial soon on how to install CB LCARS, which is an updated and much prettier version. Happy New Year, you filthy animals. These people are my patrons running down your screen, without whom you would not be watching this video. If you want to be like these incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I would genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks, my X's, my Threads, my Instagrams, my TikToks. Come and hang out there, we can be best friends. See you next time. And when I say computer chill out mode, nothing happens. Motherfucker.